Hello, and welcome back to another pen talk. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, it's another PENBBS pen, and I'm a happy camper because I just saw that my vac fills should be delivered today, so hopefully in a week or so we'll see a video of those. I know a lot of people have been anticipating them, but meanwhile we're going to look at this. The sleeve doesn't have any markings on it, that white sleeve, so no sense in going through that. Standard metal closure box, and as we open it up, we see another double-edged pen, the 469. Comes with a eyedropper and rollerball nib. So this is amber, and I have this great fall sunlight coming in. Very strong sunlight, just no heat. So I think it would really show off this pen in all its splendor. So I have to admit that I don't have any PENBBS pens in amber, and I'm just thoroughly impressed. This is a beautiful combination of that amber color, some pearlescence or chatoyancy, depending upon your description. As with all the 469s, it's just an unscrew cap. You'll see this two-tone nib on one side. So we're going to ink up both of these with the standard nibs. I already done the rollerball version. And that section is the same material as the cap, which is really nice. And then we unscrew the other side, and we'll see a little different nib. I just blown away. I didn't expect this nib. Yeah, I expected just a plain silver nib, but this is really, really nice with that special engraving on it. I've seen nibs that have a snowflake on it. And for those of you that follow my Instagram channel, ChrisRapp52, I've posted a picture of this a few days ago because I was just blown away. Just a nice touch, especially for a pen which is relatively inexpensive considering what it is. And yes, it's more money than most Chinese pens, and I got it on Etsy. Here's the purchase on Etsy. With Etsy, you got to realize that it's an official PENBBS store on Etsy, and they charge you shipping just like they do on eBay. But I bought my 2 vac fillers from them, and it takes about 2 weeks to get here from China, which is what you expect from anything else. But I just wanted to catch the sunlight with this resin, and just hopefully you can appreciate it as much as I can. And the other thing that, you know, we talked about was these are hand-poured acrylic, so each one's going to be a little different. But they all will have the similar color theme to them. You know, the striping, the veins, the pearlescence. So that's really nice. And these are semi-transparent, as you saw when, you know, when it's over top of the nib. You'll see that nib in there under various permutations because of the way the light goes. So hopefully you've appreciated this little visual thing. Next, we're going to ink up and just see how these 2 nibs perform. And my first experiment with the two-tone nib, I wasn't quite happy with it. So let me see if that's a trend with the two-tone nib, or maybe there's something unique about the Paul Amber as a cat nib. Really love this acrylic. Yes, I have 2 469s, soon to be 3. I found on, I'm pretty certain it was Etsy, the blue swirl acrylic. I've done my white swirl acrylic smog. You've seen the green swirl acrylic in the Moonman Wonkai, and I have a soft spot for that design, so there'll be a 3rd one soon to compare them. But the acrylics that PENBBS uses is just, I love them. And the fact that they use the same acrylic in the sections just is icing on the cake. So you may guess I'm a fan of my PENBBS pens. And I would say that if you just, you know, gave somebody a PENBBS pen that had some familiarities with pens, but you didn't tell them what it was, and they looked at it and wrote with it and did those types of things, I'm certain they wouldn't guess anywhere near the price. They would think it would be a much more expensive pen. And that's what one of the things I love about them. I also love about them that they did do that upturn on the nib. So the basic nib, even though it's a fine nib in all of these pens, write consistently well. The flow is great. And I inked these up, screwed the sections in after I did my flushing and cleaning, and they wrote very quickly. So again, they work very, very well as pens. They're aesthetically very pleasing, and some of these designs are extremely novel. Those that watch my videos know I like gizmos. So I had a nice LED light that I had for a number of years, and it stopped working. I bought another LED light, which I thought would work, but the end was too large and it was too big and bulky to actually work well with pens. So, searching the internet, I saw somebody using something like this for pens. So it's actually an LED light to look at bores, and this is for a 22 caliber, so that's a very small bore. And this will fit in all caps. So let's take a look at how the PENBBS 469 acrylics look with this LED light. This is the amber. You can see how they machine that little ledge in there. That's where the end of the section fits in, so it seals tight so the nib stays in this small area up here. It just really shows off the translucency and the amount of variations within this acrylic. You go this way, then you can get the pearlescence in those little areas. So here's the cracked ice finish, which I think really shows off well the way the LED works. And the LED really makes this really look like cracked ice. And there's that line again where the section fits into it. So I'm just impressed. I mean, these acrylics are extremely good quality, color-wise, composition-wise, design-wise, and the LED X-ray doesn't find any flaws. So there was a little skipping there, but don't let it bother you. The pen was uncapped for a while I was going searching for the cap. So this nib is okay. I mean, it writes well, lays down a good patch of ink. Dries quickly. This is Robert Oster Soda Pop Blue. I wanted a nice intense blue. So this fits the bill. I would say if PENBBS nibs on a scale of 1 to 10, this is about a 4 in my experience. There's a little bit more feedback. I mean, it writes with no pressure. You're not going to get any real line variation. You know, it'll lay down a little bit more ink if you put some pressure on it, which is a nice feature of the nib. But it doesn't wow me as other nibs have. So let's put a cap on this end. Opened up the other end. So this is the two-tone nib, and this is Robert Oster Direct Sun. So we have a red on one end, a blue on the other, and I think these are both fairly intense inks for their colors. This one writes pretty similar to the other one. It's just a little bit wider, a little bit wetter. So there are some variations in it, and this is also a two-tone nib versus just that single-tone nib. I'm not certain who makes these nibs or where they source them from. At one time I thought it was Taiwan, but you know, who knows. Their feeds are definitely unique to them, and they all work very well. A lot of people have been reviewing PENBBS pens, and it's interesting to hear their comments on them, because I've probably written with about 30 of them, and I find them to be very consistent. I'll show you how the rollerball writes. It writes well. Dries very, very fast. This is a Noodler's Blue Upon the Plains of Abraham, which is a bulletproof ink that Nathan made for Canada. I mean, as rollerballs go, this is about as good as a rollerball I've ever used, but again, it's not a fountain pen. I have it here to test it out. I haven't actually ever used it, but it's easy to swap in and out. This just unscrews. You can put in a fountain pen nib, or take the nib assembly apart, pull the nib out, and put any number 6 nib you want in there. So, and this writes consistently, first time, everything you'd want in a rollerball, and it looks really nice. Very good pens. Certainly glad I own them. So let me rate this. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and give it a 9.2. The reason for the 9.2 is it's really a nice functional pen. As much as I wasn't a fan of this when I first saw it, you know, 2 nibs are better than 1, as the saying goes. So we've reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching. May you have many great writing experiences. Enjoy all of your pens. Enjoy putting ink on paper. Enjoy every day. Enjoy whatever you do. So we've reached the end. Until next time, bye for now. Yeah, this nib's a little bit better than the silver one.